Okay, so continuing on, let's say I have my layers right here. I have my ice cream. And let's say now I want to fill in my truck, right? Give it a color, overall color. What I can do now is make a new layer, name this truck color. And what I'll do is I'll go over here, grab my pen tool, and I'll trace the area around this truck. All right. So I'm just clicking, moving. Also, I'm just clicking to make like a hard edge, but if I want to, I can go in here and click and drag, and it gives me like, a curved edge. It's up to you, because all we're really trying to do is fill in this color right here. So it doesn't matter if this is rough. We just want to fill in this whole area. Now, since I have my pen tool still selected, what I'll do is I'll go up here and I'll click shape. So now this is a shape. All right. Now, if I go into this paint bucket tool, double click on it, it's just giving me this color right here, actually. So let's say if I wanted it to be purple or something like that. You can just click on it and it'll change that color. Now, let's say I just don't want it to be a solid color and I want it to be like a gradient. What I can do is I can click down here on this FX tab and go to blending options. Now what I'll do is go to gradient overlay. And gradient overlay, if I click on this, it has these options right here. So there's opacity, so it's blending in with the original color. So this is with, kind of like see-through, and this is with this new gradient. Now, how do we adjust the gradient? What we do is we just double click on this right here, or click on it once, and we have this tab. So if you click on this first one, what it's saying is this color to white. So it's only doing two colors, all right? And if I move this, it shows like the fade of the colors, and this just adjusts how much pink is allowed, how much white is allowed. Now I clicked on here and it added in a new swatch. Now I'm gonna delete that. Let's add in another swatch just to change the colors. As a matter of fact, just to change the colors, we just double click, we click on one of these and we click on color, and we can change it to whatever color we want. So right now it's on two colors, and if I click on this one and I want it to be red or something, I can change it to red. And then if I want to erase all that, I can change it here. And what this is it's saying that it's one color to nothing. Actually, let's not mess with this one. Let's just use one with colors. And then there's some preset colors too. So let's say I just want it to be red, pink, and blue. All right. So what I do is I'll click on this. I'll adjust the slider. I'll make it red. Then I'll make another swatch by, if you see the little finger right there, I'll click one time. Sorry. Click on it once, click on the color. I'll make this one like pink. Let's make it a little purplish. Okay. And I'll just change this color. I'll just click on it one time, click on this, and now let's make it like blue. Nice. Now we have our overall color, right? And let's say I wanted to keep this for whatever reason. I can do save and I can name it ice cream. Ice cream truck, right? And it'll save it to this area right here on your computer. Save. And okay. And there we have it. We have that gradient. We still have our overall control right here. We want to control it. And then if we wanted an overall overlay on it, we can click on this and it'll just give us whatever color that we have right here, and it'll just blend it in. So this is 0 blending, and now it's completely overriding that color. So just saying you can adjust it that way if you like. And also, just for an additional thing, we can click on texture if we wanted to and adjust this as well. If we wanted to give it like a texture, Give it like a little faint texture if we like. And also there's textures and noises right here that we can use to kind of alter our image even more. So we can give it a little touch if we want. But I'll just keep it off. I just wanted to show you that that is an option. So now just click on, oh, it's still on bevel and emboss. Let's click off of that. I'll go into that in a moment. Let's check off of that. We just want the color overlay. I'll press OK. And now we have this on one side of our truck, on this side of our truck. Now we can't see our rest of our stuff because it's on a, this is on the top layer. So let's drag this down. Let's put it right here. So now it's on this layer. Now you might be wondering, hey, this is covering up this our UV. So I don't know where my window is. I don't know where everything else is at. And you're right. Well, let's just copy this layer so we can see it a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this layer. I'm going to click right here and I'm going to duplicate the layer. So it just did a background copy. And I'll take this and I'll take this all the way to the top. So now it's covering up everything. But instead of having a normal mode, I'm going to go to screen. So now we can see the truck layer. And we can see where everything's going. So now we're not just kind of like freestyling and guessing. As you can see, I can just go into these layers like this one and get my move tool. Click on this. Ooh. Sorry, if I click on the layer and I do Control T, I need to be in my move tool. I have a little bit of problem selecting that. Let me see if I can lock this. Okay, now that I click the lock, now I can click on my other objects and move them. So me clicking on that lock option just lock this whole thing. I can always, turn this off. I can see the background again. We want it to be like this. Now I can move the kids around and everything else. So let me move these back here. Turn on my layer again so you can see. Great. Now let's say I want to copy this and I want this to go on the other side. I want this to be on this truck as a background layer. Easy, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it. Remember, we can duplicate it two ways: by clicking on the name of the layer, right clicking, and going to duplicate layer, or we can just left click, drag it onto this new layer. Now we have right here, it's the copy, right? So what I want to do is I want this to go down here, but look, it's backwards, right? So to change it the other direction, we just click on edit and we go to transform and we go to flip horizontal. So now this is that direction and we can move it into place to cover up the rest of this truck. And also you can use your arrow keys on the keyboard and just click and we cover this and we'll move it down. Now we're covering that whole UV. Now part of this UV is covered over in the backside, but that's fine because we can cover that up with our new texture to override that. So it's whatever's on top. Okay, looking cool. Now let's say I want some words on here, right? So let's say, well, actually, you know what I'll do? I will make this, I'll cover these in some, with the same gradient. So let's do that first, actually. So I'll go here, I'll get my rectangle tool, and I'll select this right here. And now I have this space right here covered. Now I'll give it the same gradient as I did over here. I do that, I right click, or not right click, I go over here to the FX, and let's go to blending options. So we have the same menu. let's go to gradient overlay. And look, it's already saved our old gradient. Also, if we double click on this, we can go here and we can find this one, this one. Pretty sure we saved it. Oh, we did. So we can just load and click on ice cream truck. And now we have it here. Actually, I'll just press cancel because it just gave us the same one anyway. Oh, it's new style. That's the one I meant to do. This is what it is. New style ice cream. Put it with 2 M's. So ice cream, and I will just click on OK, and now it's there. Now what else I can do is I can just duplicate this one for the other side. Get rid of that. And I will copy it once more. So I just copy this layer. It's still in the same place. Here's the first one, rectangle, rectangle copy. Get our move tool. You can press down on a keyboard to move it, or we can just hold down shift, move it down. And now we have that gradient overriding this. Cool. Now let's say I want to put my glass on the back of the truck. What I can do is I can just copy this layer again. Glass copy, select it. It's behind this layer. So let's take these. These are paint layers. Hold down shift, selecting both of them. And I'll drag them down. So these are the backgrounds. So here's my cup. So what I'll do is I'll just scale it up. I can like rotate it. Great. And just for the sake of this, let me just grab another random image, grab like an ice cream cone. I can scale this. I'll put them both over here actually. So I have that there. Double click to seal the deal. Take this one. I'll scale this down. So it's like this. Cool. All right. So I'll enter in one more image, this one. And I'll just place this one down here like this. Double click. All right, cool. Now let's say, I'll do one more. Have a few of these saved. So if we get PNG, pretty easy. You can just put it in here. And remember, you can have it be whatever you want. People, it's a lot of PNGs, or you can make your own, which is what I did with these. I made my own picture. Now let's put some text in here just to jazz it up a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll go over here, click on my T for text, double click, and what it comes up with is some random text. It's hard to see, so let's move this right over here. It has some like random, I think Latin words. So right now it's 400 points. It's pretty large. Just make it 200 so that we can see this a bit clear. Put it right here. Now let me make it say something cool. So I'll just click on my text tool to get my cursor. I'll just double click and I'll type in I love ice cream. Now this is written in one line right here. If I double click, we'll have to put it in the text mode. If I click behind the letter and I press enter, it'll kind of put it on another line. But I can also double click and click this middle one and it'll center it up. But let's say I did want it to be on different levels. I could just, remember, click on the T, and let's say I want ice cream on the bottom. Well, actually, I'll do this twice, right? So I have this first, I love ice cream. And let's give it some love with the FX options. So let's click on this, go to blending options. I can go to bevel and emboss. You can see what's happening. If we want to really see what's happening, we could turn off the top background copy, but let's leave it on for now. We have bevel and emboss, and if I move this back and forth, you can kind of see what it's doing. The letters, just kind of gives it a bevel, which makes it looks like you can touch it. Pretty nice. If I go to stroke, it gives it an outline. This controls the size. And this is the color, of course, so we can change it to whatever we want. So that's pretty cool. We have inner shadow, kind of see what that's doing. So a lot of this stuff, you just got to go around and slide the sliders around and see what's happening. There's distance. With satin, just kind of forgot what that does. But it's all good because we just slide the slider and figure it out again. I'm not going to use any satin. There's gradient overlay, which gives it that gradient. So we can keep that if we want, or we can manipulate that. Pattern overlay. Yeah, that's it, man. So that we have outer glow. Which I'm not really seeing too much of. Not really sure why, but I'm not gonna mess with that. Anyway, we have drop shadow. Oh, we can't see drop shadow either because we're on it's because of the background we're on. That's why we can't see those other options. If they were on this, we could see a little bit better, but that's my fault for placing it here. It's okay because we can make some more letters, some different letters. So I'll take this and I can place it where I want to, and I just need to adjust the font size, which is easy. I can click behind the point and click down. And what this will do is reduce the size, or I can just go in here and manually, instead of 173, I can make it 139 or something. We have this right here. I can scale this in. I can put this like right here. And then let's say if I wanted two different levels, I can just select this, copy this. Copy this layer. So we have this other I love ice cream. And what I can do is click back on my text tool, click behind the letter, press enter. And what it does is it put them both on top of each other. But to space that out, we have to go to, I believe it's this one. No, that's not it. It is, forget which option it is. It's this one right here. So if I go here and type in 200, nope, that's not it either. It's this one right here. Okay. So this one will space it out. So if I type in 100, now I have them on top of each other. I love ice cream. I can put this here. And if I want to adjust this blending option some more, I can just click on effects and this menu comes back up. And now what I can do is I can try that outer glow, right? Outer glow. I think it's not showing because of the color that I have. One thing we do is we can go to drop shadow. Let's do that. I go to distance and go to size and go to opacity. So I can make these letters really stand out over here. Oh, I didn't know you could move the shadow. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. You can actually click the shadow and move it. Oh, and then it works with the bevel, it looks like too. Wow, literally did not know that was a thing. Okay, cool, we have this. Okay, nice. And I can just go over here and I can duplicate this again. I can like put it on the back. Looks good. Let me just do it one more time for the sake of this. I'll bring this up here and I have this one here. Cool. Now I will do the same thing for the top of this truck and fill in this UV space. So I'll just select it. And then I'll just go to FX options, blending options. I'll go to gradient overlay. But this time I'll alter it a little bit because it's blue on the top of the truck. So what I'll do is I'll take this blue right here. And I'll just double click. Well, I'll move this blue this way. How about that? I'll click on this. So now I have two blues. Now they're both on the sides. Let's keep it like that. I'll press OK. OK. Now we have this. We have our UV set. So what I'll do is I'll hide this background copy. So we just have this. And let's save this out. Now we can do is File, Save As, truck UV underscore V01. And we could save it as a PhotoShop PSD just to save the file with all the layers at first. I'll just go to OK. And then after that, we'll just do a File, Save As, V. And I'll just, oh, no, I can just do a V01. I'll just make it a JPEG. No, not JPEG 2000, JPEG. Save it its highest. Okay. And then we're done. Now we'll import it back into our program.